morning, everybody. Welcome to the Positivity Report. I'm Josh McCouga. It could be good afternoon. It could be evening, wherever you are watching us right now. It's a Monday. I had a weekend of fun. Thank you all for tuning in on Friday to Joshparty and then all of our founders and Bucket Club members who hung out with us on the live stream and played one of the most absurdly confusing but very funny games of Yacht Rock, the board game. We did sing a little bit, and the video was flagged from our singing, and so it is currently gone from the YouTube channel because we can't afford the strikes and the copyright things. I don't know why. We weren't singing actual songs, but apparently a YouTube algorithm, apparently our harmony is so good on our videos, especially when singing Yacht Rock, is that we are getting flagged by YouTube. Thank you all for being here. If you want to become a Bucket Club member, go to the GPA.fun. If you want to support the show here, you can Streamlab it. You can go to streamlabs.com/goodpeoplegpa. You can also jump in the super chat. Today's episode, I'm very, very excited. Now, Natasha Martinez was supposed to be here, and so I'm sorry that she is not. She had some family emergency stuff happen over the weekend, and so I said, don't rush, don't worry about it. So she's going to hopefully come in on Friday, if not next week. Crazy times out here. So, listen. Priorities, make sure that you're all okay. I know that there are a lot of people getting pummeled with snow right now on the East Coast and wherever you are. I saw some videos of Lake Tahoe this weekend where the snow was too deep to ski. That sounds insane to me, but it's incredible. I'm alone here today, but the Hawaiian hunk is on the ones and twos. Ikaika Shively, aloha means hello. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a good weekend, just relaxing, really.
Yeah.
Watch a little bit of
What'd you watch?
wrestling.
Oh, you did?
So I only watched 2 wrestling pay-per-views the entire year. The Royal Rumble, because random like old like Hall of Famers will come out, and that's just like nostalgic watching that.
Okay.
And then WrestleMania.
Right
I don't watch any other things. I don't know any of the storylines.
Okay.
But
Right on. I have never in my life watched all the way through a wrestling anything, but I do know that people know that I don't like it, and that's listen. You're allowed to not like things. It's totally fine. I can find the good in it, and you know what the good that I find in wrestling is, Ikaika?
What?
That it gave us The Rock. Okay, it gave us The Rock. The Rock. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and I don't know when this is going to happen, but I'm guessing the Simpsons have already predicted that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will be president at some point. I'm not exactly sure, but it's going to happen. And your little brother's in the chat, Ikaika, and he says, Ikaika is fire. And I will say, Ikaika made some amazing breakfast. The video's up on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/goodpeoplegpa. And a huge piece of news, if you weren't in the chat, if you weren't part of our first drink up on Friday in the live chat during that show, we got enough donations from all of you amazing people, you good people, to get the Oculus Rift, which is the VR thing. Now, I'm acting excited because I'm very excited that you all got together. You came together as good people, and you did an amazing thing, which is terrify me and haunt my dreams forever. Because, listen, these games are... I didn't even have the VR for that Resident Evil thing last week. It was just regular, and I almost threw the controller at the TV. So one thing we need to know we have is that the Oculus comes and they're straps that come on your hands so that I can't throw, because I did break a controller at Collider one time out of sheer fear. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching. Now, our guest today will be here in a few minutes. Her name is Brittany Scharr. She lives in the Philadelphia area, Media, Pennsylvania, and she did an amazing thing. Now, somebody pointed me in her direction via a video of her going around during holiday times, and there's a lot of people that are hurt, that are struggling right now, that are it's tough to make ends meet. We're all in a very, very tough situation all over the world. There's a lot of bad news out there, which is why we do this show every single day. Try to bring some light, some positivity, especially on a Monday. And so I reached out to Brittany, and she's been awesome enough to want to come on the show and talk about what she's doing, get a little history. That's the one thing about this show, especially in this channel, is we want to branch out and meet as many cool people as possible. Like Friday's show with Nancy, and unfortunately the Beav couldn't be there because apparently beavers are nocturnal. Something that Josh should have done his research on and maybe pre-recorded a video when the Beav is up. But I will tell you this, in Ikaika, I'll tell you this right now. Is I reached out to Nancy and I said, hey, Nancy, we had an amazing time. We would love to stay up to date on all things Beav. and we'd love to have you back on the show when the beeve is up. So maybe on a GPA live, we can have her come in with the beeve and we can talk all about the beeve. But listen, follow Beaver Baby Furry Love on Instagram and TikTok and just watch the beeve. He's a shining light. He's a shining light for all of us. If you love little furry fun animals, you love the beeve. Now, Ikaika, the Hawaiian hunk, aloha means hello. We shared a text exchange last night. And when we get to the videos that make us smile at the end of the show, Ikaika was like, "Should we get the skunks?" Now, apparently, you found some skunk videos.
Yeah, it's it's kind of like Sandy the Beaver. I don't know if she's rescuing, but there's like 4 baby skunks.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at these skunk videos. If I think they're cute, I didn't watch it because skunks scare me. I'll be honest with you. The smell of skunks. I saw a skunk one time in the woods, and I ran the other way. I've heard the horror stories of what that smell does. Like, you can't get it out. Once it's on you, it's on you. My buddy's dog got sprayed with a skunk, and I don't think their dog was ever the same. No. Yeah, exactly. Now, we are working on some sound drops. Like last week, Ikaika and I started building the sound drop empire that will be here on the Positivity Report. I got to send you some sound drops from Office Space because that's my favorite. Okay. But yeah, so Brittany Shar is going to be in here. She's coming from Media, Pennsylvania. Oh, she's here already. All right, listen. Most Pennsylvania people love being punctual. My family, not one of them. The Makugas are not known for their punctuality. They're known for their kindness, their love of outdoor barbecues in the summertime. They're known for just always trying to do the right thing. We are not known for our punctuality. It's just, my dad will be the first one to tell you. I grew up very Catholic. We weren't on time to church one time. We've never been on time to church. Not even Christmas or Easter, none of those. Never been on time for any mass ever. And I think that my parents have kept up that tradition. I don't think, I've never been on time to church. I know my parents haven't, at least when I'm there. So coming in hot into the studio, Brittany Shar from Media, Pennsylvania. Now listen, there are people that do good things, and then there are people that follow through and do amazing things. And what Brittany has been able to do is it's amazing. I want to hear the inspiration. So here she is, live from Media, Pennsylvania, on the east side of the state. She's an Eagles fan. I'm not going to hold that against her. Steeler fans and Eagles fans can get along until they play each other once every 4 years, or maybe one day in the Super Bowl. Who knows? That's when the state will really erupt. Ladies and gentlemen, Brittany Shar! I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I was listening to you, and I am an Eagles fan, but I know you're from Pittsburgh. Yeah. I won't hold that against you.
I went to school at Penn State, so I have, so many of my friends are from that Philadelphia area, right? So
very cool.
Yeah, and I didn't know, because growing up in Pittsburgh, we don't like Baltimore and Cleveland. Like, those are our rivals, right? And so I get to college, and I met these guys from across the hall, and they were Eagles fans. Like, where are you from? I was like, Pittsburgh. Like, oh, I hate the Steelers. I was like, do we have a rivalry? And then over 4.5 years, hearing that Eagles chant at every bar during football season got in my head to the point where I was like, oh my God, that stupid Eagles chant. But all good people, all very, very good people. Where do you go down the shore in the summertime? Where's your shore spot?
Usually Cape May right now. So, yeah, my dad has a place down there, so Cape May is generally our spot when we're able to make it down the shore.
Love it. I'm a Stone Harbor guy, so not far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, very nice place.
So Brittany, somebody sent me this video of you going around Media, Pennsylvania, and just handing $100 to people that work in the hospitality industry. Now, I worked in bars and restaurants for 15 years, so somebody coming in with $100 is always a great night. It's always a great night. What was the inspiration?
So it started once they announced the second wave of shutdowns on indoor dining, which was right around like 2 weeks before Christmas. And since I used to be in the industry myself for 10 years, I had just left lunch with one of my girlfriends who's still in the industry. And she was explaining to me like how tough it's been, reduced capacity, smaller sections, not as many shifts. And so we left lunch, and I saw in the news they were announcing the shutdown was going to take place on Saturday, and it was going to last until January 4th. So I was frustrated. I was upset. For all these people who have bills to pay and Christmas gifts to buy for kids. So I thought of a way that I could help, and I came up with the idea. It was going to be very small. It was originally supposed to be the plan to just raise $1,200 to gift 12 servers or bartenders in the 12 days leading up to Christmas with $100 cash.
Yeah. And then it kind of exploded.
It blew up. It was after the first night, because I decided that I wanted to record all of the giftings for the purpose so that the community would see exactly where their money was going and to get more people involved.
Right.
And as the video spread, I mean, the donations started pouring in. It was like a community act that I've never seen before.
Right. I mean, there are a lot of positives that have come out of this pandemic. Obviously, a ton of negatives, but I think that there's been a lot of, coming together in the face of this, and your situation really proves that.
Yeah, it was unexpected, and I've met so many cool people in town now from doing this. Like, I pretty much remember everyone's names, which is kind of hard to do when you only see like this portion of someone's face.
Sure.
But it just kind of became like this community morale booster, and that's what everyone was really saying, that knowing that there was like a town backing them, made them want to push through and wait till January 4th for the mandate to lift, which it did. And then we just decided we were going to keep it going because we created such like a huge channel of kindness, and the donations are still coming in to this day. So we're getting really close to the $30,000 point.
Unbelievable. And so you put together a GoFundMe, right?
Yes. Yep.
And what is the GoFundMe? Just so we can throw it in the description here. And if anybody out there wants to donate to, again, working in the bar, my uncle owns a bar in Pittsburgh, and it's been really tough. I know, trying to pay staff, trying to just, keep in somewhat of the black, if not like dipping so far into the red. That's their job. It's not, I think what a lot of people don't realize is that, sometimes it's not your job, but it's your career. Like being a career bartender is a thing. Being a career waiter and a waitress is a thing. And because, living out here in Los Angeles, everybody that is in the restaurant industry is obviously trying to be an actor, singer, writer, producer, model, something of that nature. Whereas in places like Pittsburgh or Philadelphia or media where you are, that's not usually the case.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say the name to answer your question, name of the GoFundMe, it is called 365 Days of Kindness. So it used to be, formerly it was called 12 Days of Christmas Restaurant Support Staff, but since it's evolved, now it's 365 Days of Kindness. So we're just going to kind of keep it rolling for as long as people choose to donate, and we're just going to keep gifting out the $100 bills. I mean, so far we've gifted 225 restaurant staff members, and I have about 38 more right now that I have to gift, but it's snowing here. It's pretty brutal out. So I'm not going out this weather just yet. I'm going to let it subside, and then I'll be back out this week.
I mean, are you just going to stay in media, Pennsylvania, or do you think that this can like kind of go beyond?
Well, I've gone a few places out in Adelco. I don't know if you've heard Delco, but
Delaware County. Yeah, of course. My cousins all played for FC Delco, the soccer program there. Yeah.
I've gone a few places out into Delco, and I plan on continuing to expand. But the idea itself has expanded into other areas of the United States, like Salem, Massachusetts. I have a good friend now. We just became friends from him seeing this on the world news, and he adapted this to start doing it in his town of Salem, which is a highly tourist town, and they've raised close to $10,000 and gifted over 80 people. Yeah, so shout out to them in Salem, Massachusetts. Scott Sheehan and his partner are incredible. So they've been featured on their local news stations, and I know that a couple other local areas of Massachusetts have reached out to them, and they've kind of taken it. So it's kind of spreading around the U.S., which I love to see because that makes me happy.
Listen, I'm an emotional guy, so I cry on here all the time. You're doing amazing things. Like I said, there's a lot of people that talk about doing things, and there's a lot of people that actually do it. Yeah. What is your day job? What do you do for work? Or
so I run a coaching business, for women in personal development. So it's all centered around goal setting and achieving, accountability and support. Which was funny because this started out as a very small goal for me, and my clients really enjoyed watching the evolution of it, because I mentioned that it was something I wanted to do, and now it's really just taken off, and they all were kind of like, wow, how many times does someone sit on a small idea and not act on it because they're afraid that no one's going to donate or no one's going to, listen. And they were like, look what you did. You took it and you just pushed through. So it's all that kind of coaching centered around goal setting.
Again, a very noble profession. Did you? So when you first started doing it, what was the first news outlet to kind of pick it up?
PHL 17 was the first one. And then shortly thereafter, 6 ABC Action News picked it up. And then the morning after it aired on 6 ABC Action News, ABC New York called me because they wanted to feature it on the World News. So they picked it up. And then, after that, it's been on 6 ABC a few times now. And I've had a couple other reach outs from, very exciting outlets, and nothing's happened yet.
Okay.
So knock on wood, I'm hoping.
Maybe somebody sees this and wants to. I mean, again, I don't know who pointed me in your direction, and I wish I'll be honest, Brittany. This show has kind of taken on a life of its own. We're only 2 weeks old, right? We started this channel in the hopes of calling it the Good People Association, doing this thing, just trying to find the good in everything, right? That's our hashtag, right. Find the good. And so a lot of people have been amazing on Twitter. We get tons and tons of tweets about people doing amazing things. And so sometimes the video just comes in and I go, because they come in so quickly, I go and I'm like, I found Brittany, let me take it step by step. I'm just one man, right? I can only do so much. But when the video popped across my thing, I immediately showed it to my wife, immediately sent it to so many different people, and was just so excited about it because, you go into a restaurant and you have, again, when I was 10 years old, my mom asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I said I wanted to be the host of Jeopardy or a regular at a bar, right? So two very different things, okay?
Right.
So working in a bar and going to my local, I really, really miss my local watering hole. I really do, because California just reopened outdoor dining. We haven't really had any indoor dining at all this whole time. So it's been really, really hard. I know on hospitality and restaurant workers, I've seen a bunch of my local bartenders, and they're just still kind of struggling, and it's really, really tough here. And they just reopened outdoor dining on Friday. So at least some people are going back to a sense of making money. But what you're doing just put a smile on my face so much, because there are a lot of people that just go in a restaurant, order and then they just leave and don't even think about what those people have and how it is. And we forget. And you didn't forget.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, it's just amazing what you're doing. So keep it up. Before I let you go, I want to know a little bit more about Brittany. So what is your day-to-day like with your job? Now, where is splitting the time like with the charity and everything?
So it definitely has become a second job in its own, this gifting. Last week in itself, I spread myself really thin because I've been meeting with a lot of local media residents now who want to get involved and help me spread the word. We have flyers going out this week that one of the local print shops actually donated their services.
Oh, that's amazing.
Really cool flyer with a QR code on it, very tasteful pictures of people getting surprised. And a lot of the local restaurants are like, we will put that in our window.
Yeah.
So they're really excited about that. So between meetings like that and, my day job, I start my calls pretty early. And right now I just started this business last July, so it's not anywhere where it's fully self-sustaining, but it's on its way, and I'm still, taking as many classes as I can to be appropriately certified.
Right on.
So I'm usually done every day by around 2. I mean, I have extra work if I want it, but then I, make the time to go out gifting usually 3 or 4 times a week right now.
Okay.
And so I go, I get the money out, I get the envelopes, I get my list ready. I call the restaurants. I check in and, with the owners and managers and say, who haven't I gotten there yet? Because we've been luckily now that we've brought in so many donations, I've been able to gift almost every server, bartender, host, busser in every restaurant in town.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we're closing in here. And I've also gone into the local pizza places and I've given out $300 at a time, for the guys to split in tips. And one of our bigger ones was we went to this place called the Townhouse 2 weekends ago.
Okay.
And because a lot of the owners have been so gracious and they're like, come in and we'll feed you.
They want to treat
dinner. So we went into the townhouse, and they actually chose to close the entire time during the last shutdown, from December 11th to January 4th, just because they're fairly new and they didn't want to push through just takeout. But I gifted out $1,000 there that night when we went out to eat. So we gave out, and the staff was so appreciative and so excited, and just seeing their faces. And I mean, it is one of the best side jobs. I mean, if this was an actual job, I would totally just keep going with it.
I mean, I don't think you got into it for the appreciation. You got into it. Yeah, right? So what has been, maybe, can you tell us a story of one of the more like amazing things? Or I mean, I'm sure you had an emotional roller coaster of a situation here. Yeah.
One of them, we went into Willow's Garden Cafe. It's this tiny little cafe off one of the side streets in Media.
Okay.
And the owner, she just, when we gifted her the $100, because she also works like at the front counter, she started like very emotionally crying, and she was explaining how she's kept all of her staff on, and she's been paying them out of pocket because there hasn't been any tables for them to wait on. So I got a list of all of her employees, and I said, I'll be back this week. I'm going to get, the remaining 3. So I went in and gifted the first girl. Her name's Chris. I went in, and she started crying, and she was like, speaking about Willow, who was behind her. She's like, she's been paying me out of pocket, out of her own money to keep me here because there's no tables for us to wait on. There's really no reason for me to be coming into work. There's a one-person job. She's like, but she's been having us come in, and she's been teaching her how to use, everything in the kitchen and cooking recipes. And it just was incredible. Yeah. And they were both so emotional. And I started getting emotional. My mom films with me.
Yeah.
So we all started crying. And it was incredible. I mean, just the kindness of Willow to like do what she can, even though she's struggling to keep her girls, at work and paying them out of pocket is just it's absolutely incredible.
Yeah. I mean, I've been through Media, but could you describe Media, Pennsylvania for those that don't know?
Media, Pennsylvania is, it's literally called everybody's hometown. It's on all their signs. It was the world's, so they say, first free trade town. Okay. So it's very small. It has a trolley it's actually one of the only remaining towns with a trolley going through it.
Okay.
So it goes right through town, all the shops, restaurants. I would say it's about like a solid 10 or so blocks long, couple side streets of other little shops, but shops, restaurants, beautiful. It's lit up with Christmas lights all year round, like the white lights that outline all the buildings on the sides. It's a beautiful place, and the people are kind and welcoming, and once a week they do what's called Dining Under the Stars. So on Wednesdays, and this was always a thing they had done, they'd shut down the street and block off the trolley line, and all the bars and restaurants could put tables outside, and everyone would dine outside. There was music. It's just a really amazing little town. It's small, but it's amazing.
What a cool place to be. Like, are you born and raised from Media?
Yeah, I was born in Media. I moved out for 1st through 12th grade and then moved back after college. Okay. So,
I mean, it does. It sounds like an amazing place. I was going to say an immediate place. It sounds like an amazing place. L. Redmond in the chat says she is so awesome. When I saw her video, I ugly cried. So I'm guessing we probably got a lot of responses like that. We probably got a lot of reactions to what you're doing. And again, Brittany, if you need any help or you need any kind of word getting out, again, it's shocking to me that this, you could basically turn this into a nationwide thing. And I'm sure the people in Salem, all the kind of stuff that you're doing, it's amazing to see. Proud of the human race that they made a Brittany Shar,
Thank you.
that she's out there. And, I'm sure that the people of Media are loving you, and I'm sure in like 10 to 15 years, you're going to be the mayor of Media, Pennsylvania. And this will be the launching point of your amazing, brilliant political career, because we need people like you in office to, really spread positivity and kindness and all that kind of stuff.
It's funny you say that, because I just last week and a half ago, I got a proclamation award from the town of Media from the mayor, and it was presented to me on behalf of the Media Business Authority in a town council meeting. And apparently they don't give out proclamations like that ever in Media, so it was a huge deal. And so the mayor presented it to me, and I have it. It's framed. It's like a plaque type thing for the Community Kindness Act. And it's really funny that you mentioned running for mayor, because so many people have jokingly said that to me.
Yep.
And the mayor's race is actually this year.
Let's go, Brittany. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm not a political type person, but they had just closed off the ballot to run, and one of my friends who I've met from doing this campaign, who's actually running for town council,
Yeah.
he was like, if I knew that you would have been interested in doing this, he's like, you would have absolutely been on the ballot, and you probably would have won.
See, boom. You didn't know that you didn't know. You said you weren't a political person, but you didn't know that what you were doing could change the whole landscape. I was going to say the whole media landscape. That's like such a like a buzzword, but the whole landscape of media Pennsylvania by just a little idea for Christmas, and now you could be running the whole thing. I'm telling you, Brittany, there's people like you that don't say that, and then they get into a position where they could actually make some change. And think about it. Stacy and Brooks in the chat says, really warms my heart as a short order cook and waitress in a small town, which the doors have had to close. This is just a great thing. Thank you so much, Brittany. See, this is happening all over. So
thank you.
you being out there is it's amazing. So keep up the amazing work.
Thank you.
Stay warm out there. Shovel your driveway. I miss snow like once a year. I know. I just like sometimes I just want to see some snow.
I know.
But again, I hope to meet you someday. When I'm back on the East Coast, I do usually go to the shore every summer for a couple weeks. So keep up the great work. And again, if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. We want to help because we think what you're doing is just the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. Anytime. Brittany Shar, everybody. Brittany Shar. Come on, be more like Brittany. It's just awesome. What'd you think of that, Ikaika? Did you like that interview?
Yeah. I think it was I didn't hear about this story, but it's really cool.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's just
I feel like it could take off like if it goes on like say like any like TV like bigger TV show like they already went on ABC and stuff.
World News.
Yeah, like I feel like if more things pick it up, then like people want to donate more, like maybe even branches in different states.
I mean, the other thing too is turning it into, when the pandemic is over, is turning it into like a scholarship kind of a situation.
Yeah.
For people that maybe parents that work in the bar industries that maybe send their kids to college, something like that, or turning it into something that it's a GoFundMe to people that have ideas to maybe small business, start up a restaurant, help people with bars and restaurants. It's just I mean, like I said on the interview, one of the things that I miss the most during this is going to a bar or restaurant and just enjoying a dinner. Like, I miss the Cheesecake Factory. I miss Barney's Beanery. I miss the interaction at a restaurant. My wife Amanda is always kind of like, you don't have to talk and get the life story of every bartender and waitress. I'm like, but I kind of do. Waiters, waitress, servers, bartenders. I like to know their name. I guarantee every time I come in, well, and what's your name? I always ask that if they don't say it at the top, And I do. I really, really miss that. I know there's a lot of people out there that aren't necessarily like missing eating at a bar or restaurant, but there are a lot of people you're allowed to miss things. It's a crazy time we're in. So, yeah. Anyway, XD Noah Benj, your brother, Ikaika says the positivity report should be on ABC News. I agree. Let's get into some of our favorite stuff from the weekend. Here, because you're my only person in here today.
Yeah.
So our dad joke of the day comes from a founder and a really good friend, Daniel Medina. He tagged me on this one from @DadSaysJokes on Twitter. Okay, dad joke of the day, Ikaika. Do they allow loud laughing in Hawaii or just aloha? Get it? You got it? You guys get that? You guys get that one? You want to do a little sound drop? You want to do a little sound drop? You want to give me something?
No.
Come on. Okay.
Not for that.
Not for that one. Wait, let's go through some of our sound drops because I think that people in the chat would like to hear it and see maybe some favorites. We also, hey, listen, if you are a founder or a Bucket Club member, the Discord is open, I believe, also for the Social Club and Fun Club. The Discord is open. And so if you guys want to throw, there's a positivity report hashtag in there. If you guys want to submit dad jokes, if you want to submit, we have some crock pot recipes coming in hot, pun intended. We have, what else do we have in there? What was I going to say?
What?
For sound drops. If you guys have ideas for sound drops, just write it in there. You don't even have to send us a link. Ikaika and I can find it. And we can throw some sound drops in here because I want to start. I know Ken does not love sound drops, but I love them. I think they're amazing.
The only thing I would say is make sure it's where there's not too much background noise or music in the background.
Correct. Music, we will get flagged, as is what happened on Friday night. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Again, if you want to support the show, streamlabs.com/goodpeoplegpa or a super chat in there. I would like to throw some money to Brittany and her GoFundMe, so I will make sure I get that link and put it in the Streamlab here, in the description of this video. All right.
You want to do some sound
Let's
drops?
do some sound drops. What do you got? Let's do 5 of them. Let's do 5.
Five of them?
5 sound
Okay.
drops.
I was made to understand there were grilled cheese sandwiches here.
Okay, so let me see if I can guess. That is, I believe that is Buster in Arrested Development.
Yes.
Okay, great. And for those of you out there, I don't know, one of our funnier ideas here, and I think we should maybe do it. Maybe we'll just do it on Twitch because we just hit affiliate status. Thank you all. But the idea was to do food porn on OnlyFans as a joke and just do grilled cheeses.
Yeah.
And now that we have the skillet, I feel like if you want to join OnlyFans to watch us rip apart a grilled cheese, I think it could actually, again, everything we think of here is just somehow a funny joke mixed with food.
Yeah.
Right?
Why not?
Why not?
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. Obviously, little Parks and Rec, one of the greatest TV shows of all time. Okay. Michael Keltzer says, no farts, please. Yes, I'm totally down with that. No farts. Okay, go. Sound drop 3.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Oh, good Lord. Anything from Dumb and Dumber. I feel like we should have a whole Dumb and Dumber folder.
Samsonite. I was way off. Yeah. He must work out.
Okay, so people, John Alexander said we need that soundbite from Collider Live that sounded like a Makuga scream, but was just some guy in an instructional video. Well, we did get the Oculus Rift. It's coming here this week, so there will be some Scream recording that Ikaika can drop in like a Josh Scream folder. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna have to once we're streaming, I'll clip them out on their own, so we have our own.
Boom.
So not just Collider Live stuff.
Okay, let's do 2 more sound drops. What do we got?
Stop pooping.
What is that from? Play that again.
Stop pooping.
What is that? What is that?
That's Chris Traeger from Parks and Rec when he has the flu.
Just play that one more time. Oh man.
Stop pooping.
Oh man, I think that is one. That's got to be Maria Hammond's favorite sound drop. Maria, if you are watching this, please concur. I know that she hated the number 2 conversation on Wednesday night. Kellex in the chat says need some more Rocky sound bites. Keith Flores says Stanley Tucci is putting on the pounds. I'm guessing that's a shot at me and my weight, and that I possibly look like Stanley Tucci. Listen, if I look like Stanley Tucci to you guys, I'm friggin' winning. Okay. Stanley Tucci is an American legend. The Tooch, I love him. Every movie he's ever been in. Easy A, Julie and Julia. There's some amazing. Just Stanley Tucci. Anything he touches turns to gold. I mean, the guy made a Negroni video at the beginning of the pandemic, making a Negroni, and it went viral. Name me another person just simply making a drink that it would go viral. And then CNN or whoever, somebody gave him a show where he's just going around Italy trying food. You know who doesn't get that show? Anybody. You know who gets that show? The Tooch. Stanley Tucci. Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang. Daniel Moskowitz says. Boom. Michael Kautzer said, needs some glasses. Listen, Kaika Shively has seen it, the Hawaiian hunk. Aloha it means hello. I do wear glasses at night to drive my car. It's the only safe thing to do.
There are dozens of us. Dozens!
Is that from a Storm the Capitol thing? Oh, no, that's from Arrested Development. That's from Arrested Development.
The Never Nudes.
Yeah, there are dozens of us. Oh, man. Okay. Let's do 2 more sound bites. I'm getting a real kick out of these.
Mother of God! Oh, every damn time! Oh, this is a big one. Oh!
That's from the Handballer, correct?
The cornholer.
The cornholer. What a Handballer, the cornholer. A quick story. Okay, so when I was working on Eating History, if you guys want to watch Eating History, I believe it's still up on the History Channel app. And if you want it to come back, we can maybe do it as a digital show. Anyway, it was very cold in the studio all the time, and I get very cold. Okay, so I would just heat up hot water that people would use for tea or something on set, and I would just hold the cup for warmth. right?
Mhm.
And people just start calling it my hot hand water, like the hot ham water
Yeah.
from Arrested Development. All right.
Did it ever get burned? And people are like,
How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned?
That's Nicolas Cage, correct?
yeah,
Is that? Wait, hold on. I think we went over this the other day.
yeah, we did.
It's not Ghost Rider.
You're killing me, Smalls.
How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? The Rock?
No, think of a crazier movie. The beginning of his craziness.
Peggy Sue got married?
No,
I don't know. What did we do?
The Wicker Man.
Oh, Wicker Man. Yeah. I've still never seen it. The Bees. Christy McGee says the Bees. For Mike got it. Wicker Man. Okay. So let's go to our word of the day. Ikaika, can you get it? Can you guess it? The word of the day. Did you look up the definition? Are you looking at the rundown?
No, I'm not looking at the rundown.
Okay.
I didn't go that far down yet.
Okay, here we go. Word of the day. Dido. Dido. Not the singer in the Eminem song, but the word Dido. D-I-D-O.
D-I. It's not Ditto, like Dido?
No. Dido. D-I-D-O. It's not Ditto. In 3, 2, 1. Guess me?
I'm trying to, like, can I get, like, the origin?
No. Because I didn't write it down on the rundown.
Dido, being fancy. I think I guessed that last week.
Yeah, you seem to just, you know what? You should just, if you don't know, just guess being fancy, because one of these days it might be right. Dido is a mischievous prank or trick, sort of like a soundbite. A little mischievous prank or trick. Throw it in there. Give me a little. Give me something. Give me an answer.
And not just the men, but the women.
Oh,
And the children,
man,
too.
that is really good. All right. So I asked the question. The question of the day was, hold on, let me pull it up here. Okay, the question of the day was, the Positivity Report wants to know, with all the snowstorms this past week, if snow was a flavor, what flavor would it be? Okay? If you guys want to follow that hashtag, you want to follow me, at Just Makuga, I'm doing this whole thing. All right, so we got a lot of like yellow snow jokes, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of pea jokes. Some people just saying salt, which was actually pretty funny. We got a peanut butter, we got a spearmint in there. Loose nukes are one of my answers we did last week. It would taste like the Canadian rapper Snow. I thought was very, very funny. But my favorite came from Nathan Pangirl at Deeponley15. Okay, this is a shout out for Kent. The weird white cherry from Circle K slushy machines. Yep, that's the correct answer. Thank you, everybody. Wild cherry, white snow from Circle K.
I did see a TikTok where like they melted it like snow, and you see all the like the pollution from the air that's actually in the water.
Oh, cool.
So, like, don't eat the snow.
Thanks, Ikaika. That's coming in hot, finding the good out of just a question. It's like, don't eat it. Don't. It's good. Yep, nailed it. Thank you for that drop. Okay, let's do some videos that make me smile. Wait, that's not the song. Wait, let me do it again real quick. Videos that make me smile. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let me turn it down
Oh.
so it doesn't.
Yep. Okay, now listen. Before we set this up, no, just play the video and I'll tell you after. Go ahead, play it. Oh my God. It's going to do it. It's going to do it. What great camera work. Oh my God, it went in. Oh my, it went all the way in. Watch that again. Guys, if you do this at a Home Depot or a Target or any of your local grocery stores, you know how rare and tough this is to do. Okay. I mean, that is... Okay. Every time I go to Target here in Los Angeles, there's a parking garage under it, okay? And where I park is at a part where there's no other cars around because I like to get out. It's not part of the story. Okay, so there is a cart return, and there's usually no cars around it, so I don't have to worry about like hitting a car when I push it. And Amanda hates that I do this, but I get it. Okay, so I'm like one of 8, okay, recently. I'm not perfect. So the fact that this went in, but it also went all the way into the cart is so rare. So if I can implore all of you, if you do this at a local place, obviously make sure you're not going to hit anybody or anything like that. Send us the video. If anybody makes this happen, It's amazing. The fact that this happened to this guy is absolutely incredible. And I will tell you, the one time I pushed it, it was going right for a car, and I had to sprint after this cart and catch it right before it hit the car. And the security guy from the parking garage in the Target, because there's a bunch of stores under there, was like, "Hey, man, could you stop doing that? Like, we have problems enough. You just stop throwing the carts." And I was like, "You know what? Thanks, my wife. I appreciate you." All right, let's do another one. Videos that make me smile. Yes. Okay, so.
Yeah. The music.
Okay, so this girl was sitting on the bench for UCLA, and UCLA gymnastics has gone kind of viral with the floor routine from a girl to Beyonce, all kinds of attitude. This girl was sitting on the bench. A girl got injured, needed to nail it. Look, she's crying. She's going to cry through the mask, and she nailed the routine she had to nail. All that pent up. Wait, look at this. You know how hard gymnastics is? You know how hard that is to do? And she pulls it off. Look at this. Boom. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Come on. When your number is called, make it happen. That's the one thing you learn from the positivity report. When somebody calls you in, when you finally get that call up, when Jeopardy finally calls me, I'm ready. I got the suits picked out. I got the energy to bring. When you're a gymnast, your number gets called, you nail that routine. Boom. Look at that. Come on. Let's go. All right, let's do one more. Or do we have two more? Oh, this is the one. So this guy put a steering wheel on his Jeep that is the boat steering wheel. I mean, it's genius.
Yeah, it's a sea shanty in the background.
That song?
Yeah. This is the one that people just made randomly on TikTok.
All right, pause it. But I don't want to get flagged. I'm serious.
Oh, it's the original songs when they do it too. So I don't think you'll get.
Okay, cool.
That's what's cool about sea shanties.
Yeah.
Elon Musk even tweeted about it.
So Elon Musk tweeted about sea shanties is that you can't get flagged because they're...
No, he just tweeted about like sea shanties because it's like a viral thing.
Oh, so like the ones that they sing in Pirates of the Caribbean, that's on the ride, that's a sea shanty? Or like the rum, so much rum, something
Yeah,
like
any of those songs are sea shanties, yeah.
Okay.
But like people are making their own for some reason on TikTok. I mean, you know, TikTok is...
TikTok is...
You got some good stuff, you got some bad stuff, you got weird stuff.
Yeah, you do. I don't know, got some weird stuff in there, but it's pretty funny. No, but the reason you sent me that is, you know, again, one of our goals here on the Positivity Report is to then branch out into the Positivity Cart. Now, what the Positivity Cart is going to look like is like, listen, we could send the Positivity Cart all the way to Media, Pennsylvania, and hang out with Brittany Shar, and instead of her walking all over town, we could be driving the Positivity Cart around to really bring a smile to everyone's day, get that megaphone going, and... just really, the Positivity Cart is an extension of the Positivity Report. Just keep spreading the positivity. Make positivity viral. Make it viral. Make it like the Robin Hood situation last week. Now listen, if you work at stock market, you're like, oh God, this can't happen. This could really, the markets could totally collapse. We don't know. But I will say, and Ikaika brought it up, is the positivity of, Brittany said it. She loves the idea of the Positivity Cart. Yes. And guys, look at Brittany's middle name. Brittany Joy Shar. It was meant to be. It was set up in the writing of her middle name. Her parents had no idea that she was going to bring so much joy to the world. No pun intended. She started doing this at Christmas. Now she's bringing joy all over Media, Pennsylvania. I'm telling you, one day, she said she's not political, Brittany Shar will be president. I'm saying it right now. Put it on the table. Put it out there. Isn't that what they say in The Secret, Ikaika? You put it out there. All right. So, and Ranger Donnelly's asked, when can we get a GPA TikTok? We're working on that. We were talking about it. We're doing some video game stuff on there, but maybe we'll do some funny TikToks around the office. We're going to create our own dances. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Like I saw like little 12-year-old girls were doing a dance. They created it, and it was literally the Macarena.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was pretty funny.
Like,
yeah. But also, too, is that... So when they raided the stock market last week and they made GameStop the most profitable stock ever, is a lot of people took their profits and went to a GameStop and bought game consoles for kids in children's hospitals or kids in need and stuff like that. It's using the profits to do things good. They're paying off student loans. They're doing good things. It wasn't all just a matter of like sticking to the man. People did good things with the money they made, like Brittany spending money, sending money to all the people that need it in Media, Pennsylvania, that have been really, really affected during this pandemic. Are we out of videos?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to end today with a little positive tweet funny. The positivity of Twitter. Most of my songs are kind of trending to sound the same. Am I right, Ikeka?
Yeah, they kind of do.
I know. I only really have like that one. It's either like a high pitch thing or it's like an 80s jam. Like, pause a tweet, buddy.
Should we put some instruments?
Pause of Twitter. Ooh, we could do some instruments.
We should put some instruments on the wish list, like
Oh.
a kazoo and like a
Ooh.
harmonica, and you can add levels to your
I could build a little shelf under here.
the automaton that looks like a whale thing.
Yeah,
that
or I was pretty good at the recorder in grade school. I can play. I can
was
rip
too.
some
We could
hot
duet.
cross buns. All right, here's some pause a tweet footy, the posity of Twitter. That's pause a tweet buddy, the posity of Twitter. Okay, this one comes from @CCATL. My daughter asked me why she can't just quit school, and I told her it's against the law. They'd put me in jail, and my sweet, sweet child looked me in the eyes and said, "I'll visit you." It's pretty good. That's a pretty good joke. That's pretty good. Kids are great. I'm about to have one. I'm freaking out. Some days I'm very excited. Other days I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do? I'm just being ready, getting ready to be a dad. I've got the jokes ready. I've got the clothes. I've got the shoes. I've got the waistline. Let's make it happen. We find out tomorrow some important news with the baby, so we'll keep you guys posted on that. And her first positivity report, I hope it's the highest rated one. I mean, we bring it over. But we also, too, before we go, we hit over 35,000 subscribers today on the YouTube. So thank you, all of you who are subscribers on the YouTube. Thank you very much. Our goal is 150,000 by the end of this year. 150K. Let's make it happen. Just keep building. We're building a Good People Association here. We are so psyched that every single one of you is here with us every morning, 9 a.m. Pacific. Our buddy Solskjaer sent us out £5. It's a $5. What do you call it? The white-collar criminal is just pissed that everyone else found the cheat codes to the manual. Love and positivity, BB. Yeah, okay, sure. Whatever you want to. Yeah, okay. That's great. Yeah, listen. We don't have to, it's not a white-collar. Let's just all try and do good things for people. Thank you for the positivity. Aldi Joka said, Josh, you the GOAT. Appreciate you. PJ Campbell said, Josh, just be you. You're going to be a great dad. I appreciate all of that. And I really appreciate Brittany for coming into the show and for being awesome there in Media, Pennsylvania. We will see you tomorrow. I don't have a guest lined up, but I'm working on somebody. I'm working on somebody that I haven't talked to in a long time, but is doing great things right now on television. Until then, the Positivity Report is here every single day on the Good People Association. If you want to join the Bucket Club, the GPA.fun, streamlabs.com/goodpeoplegpa, twitch.tv, goodpeoplegpa. Today, Riley's Cantina, 4 p.m. Pacific, live right here on the Good People Association. Until then, be good people, find the good. It's way easier to love than hate. See you tomorrow.
The Good People Association. We find the good.